Hello Stitchy friends, welcome back to Bumble Stitch's Flosstube. Today is not a normal Flosstube episode, it's a Flosstube extra just to tell you a little bit about the BenQ e-reading lamp that I have here. For full transparency, this lamp has been sent to me by the manufacturers BenQ to give a review from the point of view of a crafter and stitcher. I've not paid for the lamp, it has been a gift, and I'm still going to give a complete and honest review of the product. Now, whilst this is not marketed as a crafting lamp as such, you've probably seen quite a few Flosstubers have done reviews of this product, giving their findings as well. So it's clearly a market that BenQ are aiming the product at, even though it's not sort of noted on the box as a crafting lamp. Okay, the first thing I'd like to say about the product is that it's very well made. It's a very sturdy lamp. It comes in this box, as you can see, quite a big box, well packaged, and really simple to assemble. So I'll try and hold it a bit. I will show you a bit closer. So you've got the base of the lamp here, and this is a nice weighted base so that the lamp doesn't topple over when you start to adjust it. It has a channel in the back, which hopefully you can see, that you can feed the cord into, and that keeps it nice and tidy rather than having it all flapping around. You do need to leave some cord loose at the top so that it has flexibility when you start to move the head up and down, so that it isn't under too much pressure here. It has a ball joint just here where you can fully adjust, and I've just turned it on because there's a touch device there, which I'll show you in a moment. So you can adjust the lamp on that plane, sort of backwards and forwards, and you can also adjust it up and down that way. But in the stitching situation, obviously if you have this on a table next to you, you would want this lamp to come out across the area to illuminate your stitching. So you can actually pull the light right the way across like that, and then of course you would want to angle the head up like this. And as you can see, I have this at quite an angle, and it will even go some more and still stand sturdy because of the weight of the base. I'll pop that back up again so that I can see you. Okay, I've got some facts and figures about the lamp, and then I'm going to turn the camera around so that we can illuminate some stitched pieces and some threads so that you can actually see the difference that this lamp makes. So these are this is like the science bit, if you like. I have some experience in lighting. I worked in the lighting industry for almost 20 years, so I was quite keen to see the facts and figures on this lamp. Now, because this is a very long illuminated section, and I believe these are what's known as LED strips that are inside the lamp, the manufacturers do state that this gives you 150% more spread of light over the area that you wish to light, rather than that of a traditional or a typical style lamp, which would probably come out much more this sort of beam. So you're going to get a much wider area lit. Because of the spread of the LEDs, the light is evenly distributed and is no glare from the actual LEDs themselves. Now the interesting part of this lamp is, and I will demonstrate this in a second, is that it has quite a wide colour spectrum. Quite a lot of craft lights have just the daylight setting that we're all familiar with, which is great, but does limit them to their usage. With this BenQ lamp, it does actually range from a very warm light right up to a cool and daylight part of the colour spectrum. And for those of you that like to know the sciencey bit, it actually ranges from 2700 Kelvin, and Kelvin is the measurement of light temperature, right up to 5700 Kelvin, which is very much in the daylight part of the of the light spectrum. So it's going to give you a wide range. If you didn't want to be using it just for your stitching or sewing or any other crafting that you're doing, you can put the lamp on its warmer setting for a more cosy and ambient lighting, perhaps for reading or just relaxing. The really cool part of this for me is a little thing called CRI, and CRI stands for Colour Rendering Index. BenQ have given this LED lamp a CRI rating of 90 plus, and to give you an idea what that 90 plus means, natural daylight outside sunlight is 100. So this lamp is not far behind at 90 plus. And what colour rendering index means is how that light picks up colour, so that your eye can differentiate between different colours and different shades of colours. We all know if you're in bad light, sometimes you'll look at your threads and you may not be able to tell the difference. I find a lot myself, sort of blues and greens can look quite similar. Obviously it depends on the individual, but the higher the CRI index of the lamp that you're using, the better the colours will appear that you look at underneath it. It is dimmable, so you can adjust that lighting for your maximum eye comfort. I find that if I have my other craft light that I use, sometimes if I have it on its maximum brightness, the glare is actually counterproductive and I find it's a little bit uncomfortable. And by just adjusting that a little tiny bit can give me the best light and the most comfort for my eyes, and that of course means I can stitch for longer. It has an e-reading mode. There are two modes to this lamp, so it's also designed for use on a desk with a screen or with your iPad or any other device like that. And it does have an ambient lighting sensor, so it will adjust accordingly. Of course, LEDs, as we know, are eco-friendly. They use much less electricity than traditional forms of lighting. And there is actually, that's actually shown on the box. And if you can see here, this little colour chart here, and this item is actually rated in the A section of I've completely forgotten the word, of energy consumption. So that's obviously of a benefit moving forward in these times of very high consumer electricity prices. LEDs in this unit are stated by the manufacturer of lasting up to 17 years. And that's quite a hefty claim, and obviously I can't comment on that. I've only had this lamp for a couple of months. So time will tell, but they have given it an excellent rating, and therefore you shouldn't have to be looking at replacing this for a very, very long time. You can also get a floor stand adapter. So you can see this one is a desk version, but if you prefer to have your lamp standing on the floor beside you, you can, as an optional extra, you can buy a floor stand. So those are some of the details of the light itself, but of course none of that means anything unless you can see exactly how it performs. So I'm going to show you a couple of stitch pieces, show you the difference in the colour temperatures and the dimming and so on, and then you can see exactly how it performs. I've just laid a couple of cross-stitch pieces out here for you, one on a white fabric and one on a blue. So I think it's interesting to see how the colours react in different light temperatures, and also the flosses that correspond with these projects. So at the moment, the lamp is on and I have it set to a relatively warm colour temperature. And as you can see, as I lighten or increase the colour temperature to the cooler part of the spectrum, how the colours are becoming clearer to see and differentiate. So that's one important point for us as cross stitchers, I feel. And if I then go all the way back, you'll see how very different now, as we get warmer and warmer, that these fabrics look. And if I just put my hand in there as well, you can see as we get cooler, and I'm hoping that the camera is picking up the differences so that you can see. I'm just going to put it at about a midway point. By pushing the knob at the top of the lamp, which I know you can't see from this angle, it then becomes brighter. So now we have some real bright daylight part of the spectrum lamp, which would be perfect for stitching by. We can go even brighter. I personally would find that a little bit too much to look at for too long. And then of course we can dim it right back down and take it back to a warm spectrum just by clicking on the knob. The ring at the top of the lamp, which you saw at the first part of the video, you can just touch that to turn the lamp off and touch it again to turn the lamp on, and it will remember the setting that you last had it on. Well, I hope you found that informative. A big thank you for sending this lamp to me for review to BenQ. I will pop a link in the description box below to their Amazon shop where you can buy this lamp. In summary of the review, I will say that I have used the lamp for both machine sewing and for cross stitch and found it to be very useful for both. It is a considered purchase. This is not at the cheaper end of similar lighting products, but I think the features and benefits of the lamp make it worthy of the price point. In saying that, I wouldn't have the budget to buy this for myself at the moment, and I realise that not everyone would. I've been very fortunate to have it sent to me. But if you have the budget available to spend on a craft lamp, I would definitely consider this among your purchases for the benefits that I've just shown you in today's video. And if you've got any questions or comments, you can leave them in the description box below.